is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So, Captain America, not doing so good today. Apparently not so good. Apparently, on the 4th of July, Marvel Comics dropped a Captain America comic, which kind of unequivocally stated how much he hated America and American values, which, kind of does make sense given people who control our culture really don't like America or American values or the Western world. I would say biblical values. Really, if it pairs down, it's basically, I think it goes back to that. But that's because I'm a Bible-thumping creationist. Everyone's got their own prejudice. This one happens to be mine. So anyway, this story has spun a little bit out of control where Rich Johnston from BleedingCool's, if you don't know, is the Goebbels of the Cultural War. Goebbels was one of those naughty national socialists from the 1930s in Germany, and he handled the propaganda. He was a big one with the propaganda. Rich Johnston, basically the same function. So he doesn't like it that everybody said this is awful, this is the worst thing ever, because I don't think he can admit to himself more than anybody else how incredibly wrong and stupid they are. That's really the bottom line. I just don't think they can do it. But before we get to the story, can you hit the like button? Freaking awesome. Thank you very much. I am very grateful for hitting the like button. Hit the share button. Hit the subscribe button. We actually only a couple of subscribers away from getting to 3,070, I think. That'll probably change by the time you see this video. Who knows what there's dream? But if you can hit the subscribe button, thank you very much if you subscribe. Please make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube isn't really my best friend, even though they let me use this platform. So I'm really quite grateful for that. So if you subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed. What's the word? Defunded? Not defunded. Demonetized me. They demonetized me. That didn't really defund me. If you're making a living off YouTube, you're doing a lot better than me. Okay, because you're not doing that on 3,000 subscribers. Maybe 30,000, not even 30,000. Probably you need like 100,000, 200,000. But anyway, they demonetized me anyway. Go figure. If you want to be super nice, by the way, go check out my Indiegogo. Go check it out. 2 freaking awesome comic books. Wrapping up this campaign soon. We got biblical Bible sources, atheist, creators, rascals, rogues. If you like Vertigo books from the early 90s, late 80s, this is kind of what it's like. I wrote and drew this one. And if you want the small potted review, it's awesome. It's freaking awesome. And then there's the Imperium, a love letter to telefantasy in the 1960s. Imagine Doctor Who, James Bond, Emma Pill, the Black Slab from 2001, and the Monkey in the spacesuit, all in one mind-bending, reality-bending, genre-bending supergroup together. A bit of Prisoner thrown in, bit of Thunder, but it's just buckets of fun. Buckets of fun. Like I said, go check out the down there. It's me pointing to the link. Go check it out. No, don't just go check it out. Back it. Buy yourself some comics. That'd be great. You get a bunch of extras when you buy the comics. Like this is a pin-up, a whole bunch of stuff. Go check it out now. So let's go check out. First, we'll look at the story about Captain America. I'm trying to skim this because the main point of this article is this glorious takedown of Rich Johnston, which is so funny. He lacks so much self-awareness. It's incredible. But let's look at the actual story first. Marvel reveals Steve Rogers no longer believes in the American dream in the first issue of the United States of Captain America. Well, obviously not, right? We have critical race theory being taught in schools, and that seems to be the battle line that's really going on now. But this critical race theory that essentially teaches a false history. Honestly, this is like the 1930s in Germany. They're teaching false history and false science to propagate racism, like just pure bigotry. I would say cultural icons like Marvel are very much on board because Disney really believes in this pure evil, this absolute pure evil, by intimating America as a racist country. America really isn't a racist country, okay? There is racism there, like there's racism anywhere. But I would say most racism in America right now would be anti-Semitism by left-wing people. That's the most normal kind, because they don't even see that a bit as being racism. Part of the calls for the contemporary Marvel writing, the premiere issue of the published Star Spangled Summer crossover, United States and Captain America, has revealed the original super soldier himself, Steve Rogers, no longer believes in the concept of the American dream. Yeah, because again, this is just the propaganda that where they are relentlessly feeding us, society, and most importantly, our children, which is why they don't develop their own characters do it. They want to get this propaganda into your head as easily as possible. Released on June 30th, the first issue of Christopher Cantwell's written and Dan Eaglesham's illustrated miniseries opens literally on the first page with a solemn Rogers staring out of a Brooklyn apartment, looking back on his past as a Star-Spangled Avenger, beginning with a memory of the now iconic line is, I'm loyal to nothing except the dream. This was from the wonderful Frank Miller Born Again arc, when he faced corruption within the within the military, within the apparatus of American government, American society, American government. Nowadays, it's like, Hydra has taken over entirely. Hydra has taken over Captain America, so now he doesn't like America, right? It's really kind of seems to be where we are. And also uttered in admonishment to a warmongering U.S. general during the an investigation of the origins of the jingoistic supervillain Nuke Devil Volume 1, 233. Rogers finds himself now in disbelief, said, I actually said that once. So he doesn't even believe in the dream anymore. Here's the thing about the dream, though. A dream isn't real, the hero continues. When we wake up, it goes away, and we're left with the yearning inside like something was taken from us. No, the thing is, the dream was real. Yeah, I mean, again, it wasn't actualized, but that was the goal. That was the where people wanted to go, right? That was the aspiration. Rogers asserts at least that that's one kind of dream. Before mulling on, lately spending my days in this country as the years march on, I'm starting to think America actually has two dreams, and one is a lie. Yeah, you're the one saying the lie, mate. You're the one saying the lie. Roger then explains the first American dream is the one that isn't real. And some people expect this to be handed to them. Yes, like the idiot children who are lapping this up. No, I don't want to do any work. I don't want to do. No, I'm in time. No, that's why they love the pandemic, baby. They love the pandemic, and they love being walls of the government. That's why they can't get people to work anymore, because the government gives them too much money. Basically. Essentially, if you ever seen The Expanse, everyone's opting for basic, right? That's really what it is. Everyone's opting for basic. All these idiot children isn't real. It's the one that some people expect just be handed to them, and they get angry when it disappears. When the truth is, it really never exists in the first place. That's not true. Again, it's not true. Again, having an ideal of a country of liberty, justice, and democracy, where you could be anything you wanted to be through just hard work, right? You could do whatever and that didn't exist before America. If you're born into a middle class environment, even not the middle classes are that new, or that old, I should say. If you're born in America, you couldn't progress to anything other than your status in life. America changed that. You could be anything you wanted to be. All you had to do is work for it, right? And they don't like that. How Germans have this neat word, Fernweh. It means a longing for nostalgia, a place you've never been, or a place that might not exist at all. It did, and it does exist. That's the thing. It did and it does this. We have a word for this in the United States, Americana. Yeah. Again, this is just pure hatred of America. Pure hatred of it. Taking a sponge to his dirty shield in an effort to clean it up before potentially being given to the Smithsonian, being put on display in a yet another tried attempt to force some kind of synergy between comic books and Marvel Cinematic Universe. Rogers goes on to note that this is a white picket fence fallacy that, if we're not careful, becomes nationalism and jingoism. There's nothing wrong with nationalism and jingoism, quite frankly. if your country is great, if your country is an incredible force of good, if your country has lifted so many out of poverty, right, and brought them to affluence, which America has, so much so that people are fighting to get in, so much so that these idiot children think that if there's any kind of system to allow them to come in and integrate in society, that's racist. No, they just look everything. That's it. This dream isn't real. It never was. It is real. It is real, and it remains to be real now, because that dream doesn't get along nicely with reality. Yeah, it's an ideal. It's an ideal. Other cultures, immigrants, the poor, the suffering, people could easily come to be seen as different or un-American. They are un-American, you moron! If they're not from America, they're un-American! The white picket fence becomes the gate to shut. No, it comes a door that is open and welcome people in. Just use it and fill out the form. No, that's racist. That's racist. He adds, oh man, Nodorot was so mad about this. Gary Nodorot, he was, because I'm not a big Captain America. This just ripped him apart. He adds, we're at our best when we keep no one out. So we should have child molesters. We should advertise. Please, child molesters, could you come to America? Please, could you do that? That'll be lovely. We'll let you in, no problem. And here's a map to the children. It just goes straight to we have a lot of those because we have a surplus of those coming in as well. No, not again. Having some kind of border control is a good idea. Having MS-13 pour in is a bad idea. A good dream is shared. Yes. You know what sharing the American dream is? People should make this in their countries. People should make this land of opportunity in there. Because the only thing that separates America from every other country is a desire to do it. Is a desire to work. Is a desire to make it work. Again, it's just such an incredible good on the face of Earth, right? It's just it breaks my heart to see it tarnished. And I'm not, as you can hear, I'm not American, right? I'm not American, but it does break my heart. Shared radically. What does that, see, that sounds like a woman writing. Shared radically. Shared with everyone. Shared when something isn't shared, it can become the American lie. I hate this. Looking upon the pennant of his World War II division, the real world 1st Infantry 26th Regiment, known as the Blue Spade, as Rogers expounds, this lie is a real problem because it comes to form an empty promise. No, it's a real promise. It's a real promise which you're breaking. A while back, we told the world they could come here for a better life. Yes, just use the door. But too often we turn our backs on them. No. Again. By having open borders, which is what this is propagating, right? This is the propaganda for open borders. You betray everybody. You betray you mostly betray people on lower income. You betray poorer people, which tend to skew not so whiter skinned, right? Which makes you very upset. The reason, by the way, more poorer people are proportionally black or whatever, is because of left-wing policies that designed to keep them in slavery, in slavery of poverty. The first Avenger then shifts his thoughts to the second dream, noting the real one. We don't hold it, we own it. Heck, we don't even touch it. We reach for it, we work for it, we toil, we struggle, we fight together. What is it? We may never reach it. That was the first one, but we never stop trying. That's my dream. So what is it? What is that dream? I explain. Speaking to the plot of the miniseries, Rogers goes on to recap how the Smith Association are putting on a special exhibit called Americans Who Fight, before lamenting that how we didn't really love the name because sometimes we fight when we feel we could handle things in another way. Oh, we hate masculinity, right? We just hate masculinity. Then Roger turns to a yellow dress worn by Rosa Parks on the day of now historical bus ride. A jacket bearing the symbol United Farm Workers Union that can be assumed to be Abraham Lincoln's top hat, a megaphone at Woolworth dinner, wherein Greenborough sits in took place, all of which lead Captain America share. In my mind, there were Americans who fought sure, but also reached and laid themselves bare. God, this is just really badly written. How much longer does this go on for? Because I actually want to get into the main story. Fine, we're nearly there. I've got to listen more of this dross. Okay. Another way. Themselves bare, and they did it without serums or powers or metal suits. He admires. The museum wants to put my shield on display. They have an old replica, but they believe the real deal will mean more to people. But unlike those other folks, the ones who reach with selfless charity, I found myself too often stripped of what I'm supposed to stand for. Yeah, because you hate America. The person writing you hates America. Turning to images of modern-day American, Rogers admits the image is not only pretty easy to repurpose for various agendas. Well, you're doing pretty badly repurposing it for like this complete hatred of American agenda. And believe me, they get various agendas, but also an easy target where things in the country get bad. And believe me, they can get bad here. So sometimes it gets far away from the 1940s when I first got injected. It all seemed pretty ridiculous. Honestly, I've started to wonder if I divide more often than unite. Again, look at this picture over here of like the evil white man attacking the poor girl because he's angry. All these men out. Like, excuse me. I think the angry people burning things down are the idiot children, Antifa, and BLM. Right? Yeah. White men are like, why are we all being so racist all of the time? What's going on with you? This is just evil propaganda. So the shield can become something to hide behind. I wonder if lately I've been hiding too. God, I hate it. So anyway, so this is really awful. This is really, really, really awful. And then we start talking about it on the Twitter. So this is Doug Ernst. Doug Ernst starts this. Is a very, very good writer and artist. Big comic skater, and like comic skater, somebody who likes America, likes American values, thinks America's a reasonably good place, right? So this is his react to it. Buzz sent me BleedingCool's fit over my Captain America piece. So apparently, yeah. So he wrote something saying our Captain America celebrate. Basically saying this is awful. Saying this is absolutely awful. I love, Captain America? Rich Johnson says Cantwell didn't do what he clearly did, right? Yeah, because deny. That is the bottom line. What you just deny. No, I didn't. No, yes, he did. I love Rich won't say my name. It's so funny. They do. They treat you like you're Voldemort, right? No, don't say their name. It gives them power. I'm used to critics treating me like the bogeyman. Can't have people finding Soulfinder at Icon Comics. Great book. But I would say, if you're just going to buy one, back one campaign, listen, I'm looking out for you here. I'm looking out for you. Doug Ernst is great. If you're going to back two campaigns, buy his book. But also, don't forget mine. So then Rich Johnson comes in, and it's pure Rich Johnson. Pure Rich Johnson. Gaslighting, obfuscating, just trying to point in every direction other than the point, right? Your name is Douglas Ernst. Yes, you didn't mention it in your article, you lying cunt, which is, I think, a scientific term, which I think we can all stand behind. At no point does Captain America say the American dream isn't real. We just heard him say it over and over again. The thing that we think of the American dream, America being a reasonably good place, a good force. Yes, if it's not real, he said dreams are not real, which is really not a contentious point. So, the American dream isn't a dream. It's like they're two different things. Don't you sleep? American dream is an ideal, and that is real. And that is absolutely real. But Doug doesn't need my help, right? Doug doesn't need my help. Question: how do you know you're on the right track when it comes to creating indie comics? Answer. Bleeding Cool goes that way to pretend your books don't exist. Take it as a badge of honor. That is so true. And it's just, I love the way just like flicking at Rich Johnston in the face. There we go. There's quite a funny Seinfeld gif. But let's go back to Rich Johnston. Given that he used the okay, now he goes. See, this is what they do. This is what they do. They put up a cloud of how would I explain it? Like a cloud of facts. Which aren't really facts. It's just blur. Yeah, they try to like, no, don't look at it. It's a fancy footwork, but it's not much more than that. Given he used the indefinite article, he was talking about the concept of dreams before moving on to refining his term. Again, he wasn't talking about the thing where you have a little schluffy at night and you imagine a story. That's not what he was talking about. He was talking about the ideal of America being a force for good in the world, right? All the while he was cleaning and polishing the star-spangled red, white, and blue shield. Doug ignored the pictures too. Again, that you're with a straight face. You're actually saying that he doesn't hate the American values, traditional American values. I'm not American either. I think it's pretty clear that Clapp is expressing disillusionment with the American dream, and that goes as far as to say that one of them is a lie. I can't tell from either picture what the other dream is, but I believe Doug is. But I don't believe Doug is willfully misreading it. Yes, because I think you're right there. I think Rich Johnston is willfully misreading it. Why? Because he is the Goebbels of the culture war. Well, minor Goebbels of the culture war. He always deliberately misleads things because he doesn't want reality to be reality. And that one of them is real, and he believes in it wholeheartedly. Hardly disillusionment, but then I've read it. Literally says this. Try using your eyes. Literally doesn't. Just read the comic and see. Why? See, this is why I hate Twitter. This is why I hate Twitter. Why would anybody want to read a comic by Cantwell? It's bad. If it's as bad as Iron Man run, it isn't worth toilet paper. If you want toilet paper, I would say Alterna Comics should take over Marvel. And then start printing on newsprint. Much better to wipe your ass on. However, Alterna Comics are far too good to wipe your ass on. They're all fantastic. But I love newsprint. I love to have it on newsprint. And Marvel Comics doesn't use newsprint. It's not my bag, but I thought Cap was pretty good for the first issue. We'll see. No, we already know. So then comes along for a couple of people. You're being monumentally disingenuous if you think Captain America was mentioning the dream is anything but the American dream, the ideal of America, the traditional American values. And part of that traditional American values is America as a force for good, right? So yeah, he said exactly that. And then the umbrella guy. Oh, I love the umbrella guy. I'm so gonna say, Rich, that BS. That's BS, and you know it. He does he know it? I think they do. I actually think they know they're lying. I really do. I'm loyal to nothing except the dream, the specific. I said that once. Speaking to the. Here's the thing about the dream, though. A dream isn't real. They say a dream isn't real is the difference from the dream. So this is going to make him crazy because he hates being pulled up on technicalities because that's what he uses to spin his relentless bullshit. Campbell's Cap has a vision of America. Doug comes back. Has a vision of America where national sovereignty doesn't exist because all immigration laws have been abolished and we keep no one out. But in the Rich Johnston zone, this isn't pseudo-intellectual left-wing claptrap. Exactly. The expression is don't shit on my porch and tell me that it's chocolate. Which is what you're doing here. No, it's an ideal. Cap is an idealist. He's on the ropes now. I have to disengage from this exchange because of the stupidity vortex you're creating is dangerously huge. I honestly feel sorry for you. He's lying. I believe he's lying. Don't feel sorry for him. I think he's lying. Tell your friends at DC and Marvel and in comics media, congrats on being the unintentional dream marketers for manga and anime. Absolutely. Considering you started the vortex with deliberately and disingenuously to make that point, that full evidence doesn't back you up. You reap what you sow. So, yeah, you just had your ass handed to you, right? You had your ass handed to you, Rich, because you know what? It's not because you're stupid. Because you're not stupid. It's not because you're not talented. Because you're not talented. You are talented. It's because you are trying to argue a lie. You're trying to argue a lie against a bunch of people who are arguing the truth. And lies always crumble in the face of truth, right? Lies always crumble in the face of truth, which is why you have crumbled. Because you're a liar. You're a liar. You are the Goebbels. You are the Goebbels of this cultural war. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.